It's a question that's often asked no matter who you're talking with, New York City or Los Angeles. It's especially true if you're a person trying to decide which would be the more ideal travel destination for you. Both cities are indelibly embedded in American culture, as well as two of the most desirable places for people to visit across the world. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at New York City versus Los Angeles. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome travel guides, and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you know when we publish a new video. So now let's cut to the chase. 1. Getting around. New York City, 9 out of 10. Flying into New York City is a breeze for the most part. The two main airports are John F. Kennedy Airport and LaGuardia Airport, with many also opting to fly into Newark Liberty Airport in Newark, New Jersey. Another smaller airport is out in the suburbs of Long Island, MacArthur Airport in the town of Islip. The first two, however, are in the main 5 boroughs of the city and are heavily serviced by taxis and on-demand car services, and JFK Airport has a train connected to the city's subways. With that, of course, comes moments of gridlock that can cause anyone to, well, grit their teeth. That's the polite version. The New York City subways are a core part of the public transportation services and run on a 24/7 basis throughout 4 of the city's boroughs, the exception being Staten Island, which is accessible by the Staten Island Ferry and by the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. It's also the most convenient way for travelers to get around if they're not driving. Driving in NYC can be tough at times, especially during rush hour. For those who are avid bikers, the city has undergone a major renaissance with their City Bike bicycle sharing program and newly established bike lanes over the past 5 years. Times Square and other parts of the city have also been modified to be more pedestrian-friendly. In addition, the city has boosted efforts when it comes to ferries on their waterways that serve the Brooklyn-Queens waterfront and the Rockaways section of Queens. With that in mind, NYC gets a score of 9 out of 10. Los Angeles, 5 out of 10. The Los Angeles area is mainly serviced by Los Angeles International Airport, also known as LAX. It ranks as the 3rd busiest in the United States currently and in the top 10 worldwide. There's also 4 other commercial airports within the area: Ontario Airport, Bob Hope Airport for San Gabriel and San Fernando Valles, John Wayne Airport, which caters to Orange County and Long Beach Airport. LA is undoubtedly known transportation-wise for its abundant network of highways and freeways. And with that lies one major gripe with the city by locals and tourists: traffic. Some reports have detailed that those in Los Angeles traffic have lost up to 72 hours on an annual basis, making it the most congested in the nation. It also contributes to the smog levels the city is dubiously known for. These facts aside, Los Angeles does have an ample public transportation system in place, comprised of 170 bus lines, 2 subway lines, 4 light rail lines and 2 rapid transit lines. This network covers the area from the San Fernando Valley right to the border of Orange County. In terms of airport connections, there is only one, and that's the regional Metrolink rail line from Bob Hope Airport. If you're aiming to get around on foot, LA isn't exactly the best city to do so. For one, the sheer amount of vehicular traffic can be a bit much to deal with, although the city has a few areas that are more amenable to walking, such as the downtown area with a number of public escalators and skyways to fit in with the terrain. Another district for walkers to enjoy is the Santa Monica Pier area. Those opting to use bikes to get around with find there are stretches throughout the city, most notably the Los Angeles River Bike Path. This is in response to more Angelenos using bikes to get to work. If you have ride-sharing apps like Uber or Lyft, they may be your best bet to get around if you're not planning to rent a car. In terms of getting around, LA notches a 5 out of 10. Two, safety. New York City, 7 out of 10. Contrary to some past beliefs, visitors to New York City will find it to be one of the highest ranked in the world when it comes to safety. According to recent analysis by travel safety brands, tourists in the city aren't at risk if they take the proper precautions during their trip, as long as they're paying attention to their belongings in public. One thing that travelers have to be mindful of are scam artists who do haunt certain areas of NYC that attract tourists, like Times Square and by Bryant Park. Another unfortunate element to arguably the most popular city in the world is the threat of terror attacks. In terms of places to steer clear of, there are pockets of trouble spots that are in a couple of Brooklyn neighborhoods and in some spots in the Bronx. However, there is hefty police presence in and around the city, in particular on the subways. It also helps that while you're walking around that you take stock of your surroundings and while crossing the busy streets because of the huge amount of human and vehicular traffic. For safety, the city gets a score of 7 on the scale. Los Angeles, 8 out of 10. In terms of LA's safety, many do point to a couple of trouble spots that they say to avoid if possible. Those areas are South Los Angeles, or South Central as it's known colloquially, and Skid Row, which is part of a downtown Los Angeles between Little Tokyo and the Arts District that stretches over 4 miles. The former area has been a notorious area due to gang violence that takes place there, and the latter is a focal point for a sizable amount of the city's homeless population. While one can be cautious with heading through South Central to other areas to where they may not encounter trouble, with Skid Row's proximity to some of the main sights to be seen, travellers do have to be more aware and guarded. Those points aside, LA can be a relatively chilled city to hang out in. And when it comes to the highly popular areas, police aren't too far away to lend a hand if needed. So out of 10, the City of Angels snags an 8. Three, sights to see. New York City, 10 out of 10. New York City doesn't lack in attractions that you'll want to visit. In fact, tourists can spend entire days looking around and engaging in activities in quite a few of the city's neighborhoods and still not scratch the surface. There's the sprawling Central Park, squarely in the middle of Manhattan, with a zoo, walking trails, playgrounds and ponds throughout its 843 acres. The Empire State Building is a constant draw with its great views, lit up at night for everyone to see. Many also take time out to walk the length of the Brooklyn Bridge from either side, marveling at the 19th century structure. There's a slew of museums throughout the city, from the American Museum of Natural History to the Museum of Modern Art and the MET. There's also countless historical sites, from buildings to statues, to be visited. Examples include the Statue of Liberty, the Flatiron Building and the Unisphere at Flushing Meadows Park in the borough of Queens. And getting back to parks, aside from Central Park, there's other beautiful green spaces across the city, such as the High Line on Manhattan's west side to the Socrates Sculpture Park in the Long Island City area of Queens. The list goes on, and for this reason, NYC scores a high 10. Los Angeles, 9 out of 10. Being regarded as the entertainment capital of the world means that there won't be a lack of sights to take in while you're in Los Angeles. Many start with the TCL Chinese Theatre, built in 1927, with its Plaza of Stars footprints in concrete right outside, and the Walk of Fame containing the handprints of stars stretching over a mile on Hollywood Boulevard. Some take advantage of studio tours at Universal Studios, and also the drive along the iconic Sunset Boulevard leading up to the posh landscape of Beverly Hills. Those who love art will amble over to a variety of institutions such as the Los Angeles County Museum of Art on Wilshire Boulevard or the Getty Center over in the Brentwood area. If you want postcard-perfect places to hang out in, look no further than the Santa Monica Pier and the casual air of the Venice Beach Boardwalk. Those who want to enjoy a bit of outdoor activity can check out Griffith Park, well known for its massive observatory, but which also is home to Mount Hollywood and a 53-mile trail great for walking or biking. If you want a stunning view of the Pacific Ocean, try a bike ride on the Strand, which runs from Santa Monica to Redondo. If sports is your thing, Dodger Stadium is a cool place to visit during a game, and it's a bonus if you can get tickets in the all-you-can-eat section. Of course. The Staples Center downtown, where the Lakers and Clippers play basketball, is a hot ticket and a buzzing center of activity with new shops and restaurants right around it. But for those who want a true California thrill, it's hard to top driving down the scenic Pacific Coast Highway to really indulge in the beach life that so many associate with the state. There are also some great options for tours to experience LA, if you feel like you want to fully immerse yourself in the city. In terms of things to do, LA gets a 9 on the scale. Four, food. New York City, 10 out of 10. NYC is a foodie's dream come true. The city is rife with eateries both opulent and obscure, and all of the tastiness to be had in between. There's a number of food staples that travellers here can indulge in. If you enjoy pizza, there's Grimaldi's, which is right at the edge of Brooklyn Bridge Park, or L&B Spumoni Gardens on the Bensonhurst district of that borough. There's also an uptick in the number of food halls and weekend food festivals to be found around town, like Smorgasburg, which is held year-round in Brooklyn, and the Penzi in Midtown. For those who like to rub shoulders with the upscale when dining, oh yes, Co and Le Bernardin rank among the best the city has to offer. Add to that a plethora of cafes and your palate won't be disappointed. On top of that, most of these places are open late, with some being open 24 hours to serve any and everyone. New York gets a perfect 10 for food. Los Angeles, 10 out of 10. LA has been a prime birthplace to the food truck, and one can see why when travelling around the city. Taco trucks are king here, and it won't be hard to spot one while you're out and about, with each possessing their own flavour and clientele. But Kogi is seen as one of that brought the food truck culture nationwide with their Korean short rib tacos, a fusion homage to two bustling communities in the city. In-N-Out Burger is the local burger chain that's perfect for Angelenos with drive-up windows and a secret menu that's now an open secret. Another LA food staple is Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles, serving up soul food since 1975. There's the classic French dip sandwich, which has been a part of local debate between Coles and Philip the Original in the downtown area. LA also boasts a bevy of restaurants specializing in ramen, such as Sujita, and arguably has some of the best Thai restaurants in the nation. This variety nabs the city a 10 rating on the scale. 5. Nightlife. New York City, wait for it, 10 out of 10. If you get called the city that never sleeps, you're obviously proven it time and time again. For those who like to hit the clubs and night spots, New York City more than fits the bill, with most places open until 4 a.m. There's a multitude of bars throughout the boroughs, some of them with quirky themes like the tiki-adorned Otto's Shrunken Head or the mysterious and attractive Apoteki. Nightclubs here are world-renowned, with standouts such as Celebrity Hangout PhD and Le Bain atop the chic Standard Hotel. There's also a heavy amount of music venues throughout the city to catch shows at like Warsaw and Webster Hall and the legendary Madison Square Garden. One popular destination for those with a love for jazz is the Blue Note Cafe in Greenwich Village. Chalk up a 10 on the scale. Los Angeles, 9 out of 10. Los Angeles is an undisputed hotspot when it comes to nightlife, glamorized in all art forms, including many a music video. For those who want to catch concerts in unique settings, the first venue that obviously comes to mind is the expansive Hollywood Bowl, first built in 1920 and host to a wide array of concerts, which include the LA Philharmonic Orchestra's annual residency. The Walt Disney Music Hall is a stunning Frank Gehry-designed theatre structure that's part of a larger complex in the downtown area. This also puts visitors within easy reach of some of the more esteemed eateries for dining after performances, beginning with the Patina restaurant in the complex. If you're looking for evening entertainment with a bit more pep, many flock to the Hotel Cafe, which features a schedule of shows by up-and-coming singers and songwriters in the downtown area, and the Edison, which also has intimate shows and at times burlesque performances held in a renovated former power plant. For those who want to dance the night away, there's the Conga Room and the Mayan Theatre, and also the infamous Viper Room in West Hollywood. Each neighborhood in LA has their own choice lounges and bars that draw in a multitude of people, like the Dresden Room, famed for being in the classic movies Swingers and La Descarga, a Cuban-themed club complete with stirring music and a required dress code. One note, however, most places do tend to have last call at 1:30. For the eclectic nightlife scene, Los Angeles gets a 9 on the scale. Final scores: New York City, 44, Los Angeles, 41. And there you have New York City versus Los Angeles. Did you like what you saw? Let us know in the comments down below. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fantastic travel guides. See you next time.